I kind of want to get some more perspective before I ask my question, before I follow up with it. Yeah.
No, okay, cool. Because I think this is a big crux of the conversation here, because what we're trying to do is figure out what's wrong. And in the Bible, I think we can really pin down what's wrong as a sin, right? Because what we're trying to do is, as best as possible, not sin, live as righteous and holy as possible. So what really it comes down to is homosexuality a sin? Because if homosexuality is a sin, then it is clearly wrong. So let's get some perspective to that. I'll go right back here to you and Will to this one. Would you define or classify homosexuality as a sin?
I would no more classify homosexuality as a sin as I would heterosexuality. When we understand human sexuality as a whole, we've got to understand something, and we got to make sure that we don't conflate the Bible as some sort of guide to human sexuality, because it is not. And when we try to make the Bible be that, we actually do violence to the Bible. And so when we talk about the whole issue of sin, I think one of the reasons that this issue has the church in a chokehold is because defining sin is difficult for most people. And let me tell you why that is. When we look at the root of what is sin? Sin is missing the mark. When you look in Romans chapter 3 and 23, you look in the original language, it simply means missing the mark. It's actually an archery term. And so when you talk about missing the mark, you've got to ask yourself, what is the mark? Is that mark the same for everyone? Is that mark simply living out the thing that each of us has been called to be? Because truth is what may be sin for one may not necessarily be sin for another.
Shalom. Shalom. What's up, Israel? This your man Maine-Stream, back at it with another roaring news video. Man, let's check this out. This is a video from, this is a clip we got from a podcast called Hardly Initiated. Very good podcast, have good conversations. Check them out in the link below. They had a podcast, they had a particular broadcast about, with homosexual pastors, and asking if, homosexuality is a sin. So they asked this one gay pastor, is homosexuality a sin, as you see in the clip bit before? And so, I want to get you guys' perspective on this now. Be sure to check it out, like, subscribe, comment. I want to hear your comments and your thoughts. The first things first, we do have to clear the air. He said sin is missing the mark. Sin is missing the mark. What script is that? What script is that, brother? So let's clear the air. Let's find out what sin actually is. According to 1 John chapter 3, verse 4, it reads, "Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law." So that's what sin is. Sin is the transgression of the law. Let's go a little deeper and let's find out what the meaning of transgression is. As we can see, the definition of transgression is an act that goes against a law, rule, or code of conduct and offense. So some similar words of offense means it could be a crime, a sin, a wrongdoing, misdemeanor, felony, misdeed, lawbreaker, vice, evil doing, indiscretion, such and such forth. So that is what transgression is. So let's get back to the video and let's hear his statement.
And what I have come to understand is when we speak of being holy or speak of holiness, we have to understand that holiness is rooted in wholeness, honesty, authenticity, clarity about who each of us have been created to be. And so for me to live out my truth, understanding that my nature, my orientation is that of this to the same gender, me being true to that does not constitute sin for me. That is not missing the mark. That is my mark. From Brother Marcus, who identifies as a heterosexual person, For him to involve himself in homosexuality or other things that are not true for him, then that is missing the mark, because his mark is not necessarily the same as mine. And so we've got to be really very, very careful that we don't paint this with a broad brush. And I'd like to use the word precision that my brother Ramel used. We've got to be very, very clear about what we're talking about and putting things in the correct context. And so, no, I don't think that homosexuality is a sin.
Now, what I would say here,
You know, the false churches, the preacher's wife is called the first lady.
Yeah.
But the devil made it worse. You got preachers now, they got the first man.
That's right.
The first man, they got their boyfriend. Some man they done did a fake marriage with. They said that's the first man. And you got dumb, ignorant, hell-deserving people.
That's right.
Sitting right there and talking about they going to church. You're going to a male whorehouse.
My Lord, my Lord. According to this quote-unquote pastor, he says that sin is missing the mark, meaning that you could set a mark for yourself, set up any kind of mark for yourself, and if you miss it, that's a sin. Whatever mark you set up isn't the same mark as the Most High has set. It's whatever mark that you set for yourself and you missing it. And if you miss your mark, that's a sin. Lord have mercy. All right. The script I could say about this and with this kind of pastor, with this preacher, we have to go to the book of 2 Corinthians. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 11. We're going to start at verse 13 and we're going to read through 15. And it reads, verse 13. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into apostles of Christ. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. So this brother is pretty much being a minister for Satan himself, transforming into an angel of light. So family, that's what I got here. Thank you for tuning in. Please feel free, check out all our teachings as well. Please like, share, comment. I want to know what script you guys have. Comment on the link below. All right, family, check you guys out on the next time. All praises and glory to the Most High God, Ahaya, by way of his son Yeshua, Yahuwah, Jesus Christ. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Share this video. Feel free to leave a comment. I want to give a shout out to Brother Stephen Darby at Darby Ministries, Brother Welch at Citizens of God's Kingdom, and Brother Q, Brother Israel, and Brother Jeremiah at Jacob's Ladder. Please like, share, and subscribe to these channels for more edification of the Most High's words and Bible teachings. Check out more videos on my channel, including Roaring News, which shows end-time prophecy with current events, as well as the Negroland mini docu-series proving the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans as the 12 lost tribes from Israel, using science, history, biblical scriptures, and geography.